You're probably wondering right now, Vin, where is the garage? Well, I moved out of it, and I'm officially back in my old room due to construction around the house since we bought it. If you guys have seen my update videos recently, you would know why. But I am back with another discussion and rant video most likely, so it's going to be a mixture of both. We've all know that Nintendo has had a really fucking weird year. I mean, most likely, this whole year has been a fucking weird year. But the thing about it is that Nintendo is slowly losing their mind, okay? It's been said a million times that Nintendo has been out of touch with the world, and it probably should be said a million more times due to how fucked up they do stuff, you know? Because this year for them has been really just messed up, and they haven't been, well, they couldn't release Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime 4, and I most likely think those games will never be fucking made or even released. But why am I talking about Nintendo? I have criticized Nintendo in the past for their stupid mistakes that they've made this year, and hopefully by the time, if they ever see this, because there's a new trend going around called free melee, and I will get into detail about this, but people have already said it all over the internet. That's why it's trending. Apparently, Nintendo shut down an entire Melee online tournament for Super Smash Bros. Because they thought it's an emulated game, or emulated thing called Slippy, where it apparently makes you play, it gives you the best way to play Super Smash Bros. Melee on rollback netcode and online, and it's like the best experience you'll possibly ever get if you're playing Melee. But due to the pandemic and all the coronavirus shit that we've been dealing with for like almost about a year now, Nintendo, or I mean, no, not Nintendo, Smash Bros. Melee fans and players and community itself haven't had public tournaments due to this pandemic. And they decided to open up a online tournament that everyone was going to join, and it was going to be cool. Until Nintendo's executives shut the whole fucking thing down. Because if you guys are really just going to say in the comments section that you're completely fine with Nintendo's rights to shut this down, well, asshole, I can already debate with you that Super Smash Bros. Melee is a 20-year-old game. And it's basically, if it's an emulated version of the game, then it's probably most likely that it was just there for people to have fun, alright? Because that's what Nintendo's all about. I guarantee Nintendo probably just still uses physical mail instead of email, like digital email stuff, because they're just archaic. This makes me wonder how they develop games in the first place with this archaic fossil of understanding technology and the internet. Most likely that, I'm not saying it's Nintendo's fault, but I'm just saying that Nintendo's executives are the ones fucking causing all this. You've hit us with fucking Byleth with Smash Ultimate, and honestly, I didn't mind that at all, but a lot of people were pissed about it, and that's how we began off 2020. We had Mario 3D All-Stars, but now it's going to be only be released for a couple months until scalpers get a fucking hand of it, until they sell it. So it ain't going to be out for a long time, so I just really don't understand why the hell Nintendo just does this. They literally canceling everything. They canceled the Slippy Melee tournament. They canceled a Splatoon 2 tournament for some fucking reason, which they scheduled on their own. So, yeah. Okay, because I guarantee keep in mind, Super Smash Bros. Melee is a 20-year-old game, and I'm almost like in my 20s now. Because I've played that game all the time when at my cousin's house, or if my older brother brought his GameCube over and we would just play for fun. But, yeah, I don't believe Nintendo or Smash Bros. Melee is a cash cow at Nintendo. They probably most likely forgot that they made the fucking game itself. So, it's just downright insulting. It's just downright insulting how Nintendo has been handling the pandemic and how they're making games. They didn't release Breath of the Wild 2, but hey, at least we got a prequel of Hyrule Warriors, which is Breath of the Wild for some odd reason. I was going to play it on the channel, but there was nothing else to do during my time off in the real world. But regardless of that, Nintendo has to stop at some point, though, because somebody has to fire these fucking executives. Like, they most likely don't even know what, like, a gamer is, like a pro Smash gamer itself, because I don't play competitively like that, but I just normally play for fun on the channel and just do whatever, because Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I pretty much played all the Smash Bros. Games myself, and I really enjoyed it, because most of those games are my childhood from the past 20 years of my life. But still, regardless of that, it's still a douchey thing to do. This is a 20-year-old game that isn't really being made anymore, yet people are still supporting it. So Nintendo looks down on the community that supports their games, and it's a very asshole thing to do. Like, just let people have their fucking fun. Is that what Nintendo's all about? And most likely, the Nintendo Switch doesn't even have a fucking US, like, Ethernet port in the thing, because we've all known this since the very beginning. So, Nintendo just needs to get their shit together. Because if they're going to pull off some stupid shit and start canceling everything, like Mario, Splatoon, Smash Brothers, what's next? Are you guys going to pull a fucking another fast one on us and give us a Fortnite character in Smash Ultimate? Because if so, 2020, I couldn't expect 2020 for the gaming community in itself to be popping off like this, regardless of that. But anyway, if you guys understand what I'm saying, I don't really think the Melee thing is going to happen due to Nintendo's executives and authority over being assholes in general. Because whoever is running the executive stuff needs to get fucking fired for sure. Like, that legit is stupid. Because Smash Brothers Melee, it was like a childhood game that I played on the GameCube for the very first time. And I loved it. I really do. I still like Melee. I still like all of the Smash Bros. Games. Brawl I had a lot more time with, but Melee was off and on. Then Ultimate's basically just all the time on this channel, you know? But regardless of that, or how many times have I said that already, but anyway, I think I've just ran out of things to say, but you guys get my point, because Free Melee hasn't really... Like, I understand Nintendo is just being dicks and just throwing shade at communities, and that's just not good. Like, most companies, like Capcom, for an example, speaking of which, Street Fighter, but Capcom supports their gaming stuff with pro gaming and tournaments and shit for Street Fighter, and most likely that Microsoft also supports the Killer Instinct fans too, because Killer Instinct isn't really popular. It's just a game that everyone plays from a small community and then make friends over. And Smash Brothers brings friends all together when you're in tournaments. But Nintendo doesn't really see that way. So hopefully if Nintendo pulls their heads out of their ass and starts listening to everything that they've done this year, then they probably just will forget about it afterwards, or just try to accept the fact that, we fucked up. We're sorry. But anyway, I guess that wraps it up for this video. I haven't made a video like this in forever, though, but hopefully when Free Melee does something, though, on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, all over the internet, they most likely, like, I guarantee you this, Nintendo probably doesn't even know what Instagram and Nintendo is either. They probably had this one guy, or two guys, making an Instagram account for Nintendo and Twitter, and they're like, let's just make these accounts, and they're just like, fuck you, go in the basement. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, I think that wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys can understand this, and if you guys support Super Smash Bros. Melee, keep fucking fighting for it and keep playing on. And for people who care about Smash Ultimate, I support this stuff no matter what. But Nintendo, legit needs to get their shit together because they are not handling it pretty well. So, anyway, that's about it. See ya.